Hey, it's me.
Meghan Markle is truly one of the most dangerous public figures on the world stage at the moment. She needs to be stopped.
Someone that everyone thinks is a sociopathic narcissist.
She has been called a narcissist many times.
She's a narcissist.
She is a narcissist of the highest order.
The world can now see Harry and Meghan for what I've known they are for some time. Narcissistic egotists.
These two are insane narcissists.
Narcissistic isn't a big enough word.
Meghan Markle is a sociopath.
She is a malignant narcissist. She's also a sociopath.
I'm gagging on the narcissism.
That gives you some idea of the scale of the Netflix narcissist.
Why are everyone and their mothers convinced that Meghan Markle is a narcissist?
H.G. Tudor reckons that both of Meghan's parents are narcissists.
That both of them are narcissists, albeit of different types.
My parents split up when I was around 2-3 years old. And I always wanted this sort of cookie cutter looking perfect life.
Meghan wrote a poem about it.
When you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting. When you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting.
Doria, when she met Meghan's father, was in fact a drug dealer. And one of the reasons that Thomas and Doria broke up was not only her very, very heavy drug use, but also she was selling it.
Doria is more of the neglectful type, focused upon her own hedonistic pursuits.
And then, of course, she disappears for 10 years from Meghan's life, effectively. Legally, I can't tell you why. But there's no doubt that drugs played a big part in her life.
My dad would snort, cocaine.
Meghan Markle's dad Thomas took drugs while raising teenage daughter.
Markle says he worked 15 to 16 hours a day.
Redditor British Pudding commented, she was practically living on her own and caring for herself with an addict occasionally dropping by.
And I was alone so much as a child, right? And also a latchkey kid.
Meghan lived with me from the 6th grade to high school.
And this is where Meghan Markle gets all her narcissistic traits, because you can see when he says, why not? She was born a princess.
My daughter's been a princess since the day she was born.
Your Royal Highness, take one.
That's Meghan pretending to be the queen and ordering people around.
I go do the grocery shopping. I didn't have time to do it.
A commenter says, when I first watched this, I was like, oh cute. Some girls played princess before, but then now, I've realized that it was at her friend's birthday party that she practically took over. I'm like, so this is how a narcissist grows up.
So the rampant egotism was very apparent even when she was a child.
Determined. He was determined to spoil Meghan rotten, which is what he admitted he did.
Dad paid every penny for every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, month, year of her education and life.
Did Thomas Markle make Meghan feel indebted to him?
Thank you for everything.
All of the good things that Thomas Markle did in the past, and bear in mind, of course, as a narcissist himself, he wasn't doing it from a position of emotional empathy, he was doing it in order to control his daughter.
Meghan owes me. I should be rewarded for.
Meghan owes Thomas Markle nothing. Fathers don't own their daughters, says Yasmin Ali Brown.
Thomas had a Hollywood vision for Meghan.
I knew from the day she was born she was going to eventually be doing that.
And prepped her for show business from a very young age.
Are your parents in show business?
My dad is a DP, yes. He was the lighting director.
This girl grew up on the set of Married with Children because of her dad.
So every day after school for 10 years, that's where I grew up. I was there, which is a really odd place for a little girl to grow up. It's a very perverse place for a little girl who went to Catholic school, no less, to grow up.
Despite that, Thomas seemed keen on making Meghan famous.
Meghan watched an advert for Ivory Clear dish soap.
In the commercial, they said women are battling grease, meaning only women do dishes.
And whatever it was in me at 11 years old, it sparked this frustration and this desire for change. And I went home and I said to my dad, this is crazy and I have to do something. And he said, why don't you write some letters?
Benjamin Perez says that her entire class did this letter writing assignment. However, she was the only one whose Hollywood dad filmed her and her letter writing as if she were the only one.
The company actually changed the commercial to say people.
People are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear.
He likely let 11-year-old Meghan believe it was all because of her letter.
It was at that moment that I realized the magnitude of my actions.
Thomas Markle said, I made her the Duchess she is today. Everything that Meghan is, I made her. She became the woman that she is today thanks to everything I did for her.
So it's ironic when the people who disapprove of Meghan's narcissism are Team Thomas Markle.
Meghan Markle's achievements became Thomas Markle's achievements.
I am pretty similar to Rachel in our level of ambition. We are both just women who really aspire to do great things.
Unorthodox nuns taught Meghan Markle in a rather feminist school.
And this feminist ideology trickled down into nearly every aspect of my education. It's probably safe to say into every aspect of my life. This message to me and my classmates was clear. Our futures as young women were limitless. Ambition? Well, that was the whole point.
You used the word ambition just now.
Oh,
and
it's a trigger word.
What? No.
The notion of ambition comes with many judgments and nuances, especially for women.
Women's ambitions are supported very firmly now in our culture from a very young age.
Why is it culturally we are equipping girls and women to think that if you are ambitious, there's something negative about that, whereas if a boy is described that way, or if a man certainly is described as ambitious, that's an incredibly positive thing culturally.
Tales of your incompetence do not interest me.
The girl boss culture is quite prevalent right now.
Girl boss. Girl boss.
And just in terms of if a man is ambitious, for example, that is so celebrated.
Typically, men chase beauty, women money when picking a mate.
This might be especially true in Meghan's case. She seems to have financially and professionally gained from men all her life.
Is Meghan Markle the most successful social climber ever?
She's what I would call a ruthless social climber, who just when people are no longer, no longer appropriate parts of her circle, they have to be expunged quickly so she can move on up the ladder.
Meghan has aimed for the narcissist trifecta: actors, royals, and politicians.
Phase 1. Hollywood.
Meghan has had Hollywood aspirations since childhood. She acted in school plays. Her father was able to get her small roles on the shows he worked on.
I'm struggling as an auditioning actor.
Along came Trevor Engelson, a talent manager and founder of production company Underground. Following the beginning of Meghan's relationship with Engelson, roles in CSI and Deal or No Deal emerged.
Meghan seemed to be taking on just about any acting role she could get. Meghan Markle nagged her ex-husband to get her bigger roles on TV. Meghan's life changed after earning her breakout role as Rachel Zane on Suits. She then moved to Toronto.
The Hollywood couple lasting only 2 years. The divorce so abrupt the California native sent her ring back through the mail.
After Trevor Engelson was deemed surplus to requirements, Meghan moved on to dating celebrity Canadian chef Corey Vitiello in 2014.
Vitiello, the owner of trendy Toronto eatery The Harbord Room, opened doors to a higher class of society for Meghan. This social circle included the global membership director of elite private club Soho House, Marcus Anderson.
Meghan started forming connections with big names like Priyanka Chopra and Serena Williams, but Meghan still hadn't reached A-list actress status. A Redditor on St. Meghan Markle says, "I can't believe how terrible Meghan is at acting. She's completely incapable of imitating real human emotions. She can't even pretend to be empathic. Meghan's eyes are creepily empty, which is a cardinal sin in acting."
So many different parts that I was devastated when I didn't book them. Or when they were roles that just ended up floundering and ended up on the cutting room floor, or, disasters.
So, Meghan had to come up with a bigger and better plan to get rich and famous.
Phase 2. Monarchy.
Brian Cox claims Meghan Markle had ambitions of marrying into royal family.
She'd always had an interest in the royal family.
The chances of meeting the Queen are pretty slim.
Oh, the irony. That's a 15-year-old Meghan Markle on a bus tour in London in 1996.
Meghan made UK hustle trips.
And she wanted to find a boyfriend. She loved England, wanted to be in the UK, wanted to be made in Chelsea.
And you were a stepping stone.
And I helped. And I introduced her to a few.
Meghan was on a manhunt. She was looking for a husband, and an English husband. And Harry was available.
Thus began her steady social climb towards Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle went into full Diana mode.
Meghan Markle edited her Wikipedia to seem humanitarian amid Harry dating.
Africa has always been special to Harry. Meghan visited Africa as the World Vision Ambassador the year she met Harry.
Meghan began making friends with people who were either directly or indirectly connected to Prince Harry.
Marcus Anderson was a key player in Meghan's social networking endeavor.
He knows everyone. He's utterly discreet.
Soon enough, Meghan was being spotted with Anderson's friends like Eddie Redmayne, Harry's schoolmate. Marcus also apparently introduced Meghan to her future BFFs Jessica Mulroney and Misha Nunu. Misha and Eugenie are also friends, with Eugenie often seen at her fashion shows over the years. Princess Eugenie is Prince Harry's cousin. Meghan's name was also associated with Eugenie's father.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Meghan was spotted on a yacht with Corinna Schuliak.
Yacht party! Yacht party!
Meghan also frequented Soho House where she apparently met Harry.
Just as with Trevor Engelson before him, Corey Vidiello quickly became surplus to requirements.
Meghan's friends said she changed when things started getting serious with Harry.
Meghan's mother was the only family member present at Meghan's wedding, yet Meghan Markle reportedly invited celebrities she barely knew to her royal wedding. Meghan's A-list guest list included the Clooneys, Oprah, the Beckhams, Serena Williams, Priyanka Chopra, and Idris Elba.
Meghan Markle's star was on the rise. Prince Harry and Meghan were representatives of the Queen at many engagements.
But Meghan Markle didn't do the work it takes to be a royal.
It is the life of service. That is why she didn't fit into the royal family. It's all about me. How can I monetize the next thing?
Meghan and Harry make strategic move to keep wealthy friends on their side.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry found their Canadian hideaway thanks to Catherine McPhee and David Foster. Harry and Meghan also stayed in Tyler Perry's home after moving to Los Angeles. Tyler Perry is Hollywood's newest billionaire.
Meghan then moved to Montecito near many other millionaires and billionaires like Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah, who Meghan befriended and landed interviews with. Meghan Markle worked side hustles. Now she's the first gig economy royal.
She even made Prince Harry hustle to get her a Disney voiceover gig. Fans spot Beyoncé cringing as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle pitch for Disney job.
I don't ever remember personally feeling the negative connotation behind the word ambitious until I started dating my now husband. And apparently ambition is a terrible, terrible thing. For a woman, that is, according to some.
This coming from a woman whose grandmother-in-law was an actual queen and so beloved at that. Clearly, being an ambitious woman was not the issue here.
The misconception that if you're an ambitious woman, you have an agenda. You must be calculating, or you're selfish or aggressive or a climber.
Meghan is trying to convert terms like social climber, attention-seeking, and self-serving into the term ambition. Meghan's critics were not really referring to ambition. When they called her a manipulative opportunist, that's exactly what they meant.
See a pair of people earning a ton of money purely by trading off trashing their family and trashing the institution of the monarchy, which afforded them their royal titles, which make them the money.
Meghan's also making money in the name of charity, which leaves fans seething.
One of the first career moves Harry and Meghan made after leaving the royal family was to launch the Archewell Foundation. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle work only 1 hour a week for Archewell charity according to tax docs.
Archewell didn't deliver.
Sussexes inked a 3-year $25 million deal with audio company, but produced just one series of content.
What are you
They're stepping on the Kardashians of being famous for doing nothing.
Spotify executive Bill Simmons roasted Meghan and Harry.
The grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them.
Of course, they've lost their $20 million Spotify deal because they only produced one rubbish podcast series, which was so boring.
Meghan Markle branded talentless by Hollywood agent after Spotify axe.
Their business ambitions, their show business dreams have turned into a nightmare.
We know that Meghan has either two aspirations. She, one, wants to get either back into the world of celebrity, or two, she's got her eye on a run for office. Yeah. She wants to apparently become president.
Phase 3, politics. Narcissists are more likely to be involved in politics, study says.
We know Meghan has ambitions. There's been rumours about her political ambitions.
If I wasn't acting, I would most likely be working in politics.
What are you most proud of?
Being the UN advocate for women's political participation. UN Women's Advocate for political participation and leadership. This is the most important election of our lifetime.
You're a smarty McSmarty in politics.
Oh, well, thank you.
Meghan Markle and Harry hire Michelle Obama's press chief and pay her nearly £90,000. Her biographer, Omid Scobie, also previously claimed that the former actress has her eyes set on the US presidency.
Meghan Markle trampled on others to get to the top like a politician, her biographer has claimed.
She's capable of anything.
Initially, Harry and Meghan's union was celebrated by the public.
And then everything changed.
And then
everything changed.
Meghan seems to have moved from the nation's heroine to the nation's villain.
Within 2 years, the entire world seemingly turned against Meghan Markle. These are the events that led to it.
Many people have called Meghan Markle Princess Pinocchio.
Yeah, you can see clearly Meghan touching her nose. You can see this, yeah, biology doesn't lie.
That he and I were very aligned on all of our cause-driven work. That was part of our initial connection. Eugenie and I had known each other before I had known Harry. I mean, I was thinking about it, even our wedding, you know.
And that was the thing, we were like childlike together.
It's lie upon lie upon lie.
If people want to believe Meghan Markle, that's entirely their right. I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth.
Meghan Markle omits dad from new origin story about mom juggling to raise her.
We had a nice network of women who really helped me raise Meg.
Meghan Markle said in her letter to Congress that she grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler. Meghan Markle's dad slams her claims she grew up on salads at a budget restaurant. Meghan herself Instagrammed in the year 2013 that she used to have lunch with her dad at Musso and Frank Grill after every tap and ballet class. The restaurant happens to be an iconic Hollywood landmark.
I think she sold Harry a sad story, a poor girl story. She had to keep us out of it because it's not a true story.
It was through scholarships, financial aid programs, and work study, where my earnings from a job on campus went directly towards my tuition, that I was able to attend university.
She never had to work in college. She never had any problem like that.
I studied French for 8 years, and I really wanted to relearn French. I had studied it for the 4 years in high school. And so I had this very, very old Ford Explorer Sport, and at a certain point, the key stopped working on the driver's side, and I would open the trunk, crawl into the back of my car, pull the trunk, and crawl over all my seats to get out.
Thomas Markle debunks Meghan's car story.
And if you have a door problem, you don't go through the back. You go the other door on the other side over.
Baffled Ellen doesn't remember meeting Meghan Markle despite elaborate dog story.
We met, God, I don't know how many years ago. How long ago was that?
A long time ago, well before I was even on Suits, I think over a decade ago maybe, right? But we met at a pet shop. And I was going there to rescue a dog, and it was right around Christmas time, and you would come in at the same time, and you just looked at me and said, "Are you getting that dog? Get that dog. You have to take that dog home." I was like, well, if Ellen said I have to take the dog home, I'm getting this dog.
She said in an interview that years ago she was at a dog rescue, and apparently I was there, and I said, "You have to take that dog home," and because I told her to, she took it home. And I don't remember any of this.
Along with Meghan, Harry has also been called out for lying. Fans baffled as Meghan Markle and Harry appear to change story about how they met.
Yes, we first met. We were introduced actually by a mutual friend.
Yes, it was definitely a setup. It was a blind date.
It was a blind date. Snapchat.
Oh gosh, just that whole thing. It started like dog ears.
Dog ears.
That's what he saw of me.
That was the first thing. I was like, who is that?
This is ridiculous.
Because I didn't grow up knowing much about the royal family.
Your Royal Highness, take one.
You obviously knew her when she was younger. She was pictured outside Buckingham Palace.
Who was there at Buckingham?
Quoting a friend saying she was always fascinated by the royal family. She wants to be Princess Diana 2.0.
I had double majored at Northwestern, Theater and International Relations.
A Redditor asks, how did MM's degree in international studies teach her nothing about the royal family?
Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean. No. I've never looked up my husband online.
But according to the authors of Finding Freedom, Meghan conducted a thorough Google search on Harry ahead of their date.
But that's your homework. You're like, let me see what they're about. Given that I didn't know a lot about him, everything that I've learned about him, I learned through him, as opposed to having grown up around different news stories or tabloids or whatever else.
Meghan Markle's resurfaced blog post takes aim at Princess Kate and royal weddings.
In their Netflix documentary, Meghan repeatedly insists that she was single when she met Harry.
Single.
And in their engagement interview, Harry makes it a point to say that they met in London in July of 2016.
And then we met 2 dates in London last July.
Yes.
However, Tom Bower's book says that Meghan Markle was still living with her Canadian ex when she met Prince Harry.
She's got a really good job on TV on a show that I have never watched, but they tape it in Toronto. So she's up there doing her show, and the prince is up there doing something philanthropic. And they meet, but she's got a boyfriend at the time. The boyfriend is a cook. Well, honey, bye, cook.
Best way to get over one guy is get meet another.
Yeah.
Royal fans spot inconsistency over Meghan Markle's first date outfit.
Somewhere in here, there's a piece of, did you see it? The piece of blue fabric that's stitched inside?
No.
It's my something blue. It's fabric from my...
It's still in there.
Yes,
we'll have to look at that.
It's fabric from the dress that I wore on our first date.
Oh, that's about the most romantic thing.
She was wearing a black sweater, jeans, heels, I knew nothing about clothes.
You can't ever wear the same color as Her Majesty, but then you also shouldn't be wearing the same color as one of the other more senior members of the family. So I was like, well, what's a color that they'll probably never wear? Camel, beige, white. So I wore a lot of muted tones.
Meghan claimed to be clueless about curtsying the Queen.
Americans will understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament.
It was like that. Like I curtsied as though I was like...
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
Despite what Meghan says, many American celebrities have done a good job of curtsying, and Meghan appeared quite pleased with people curtsying her.
Very well, thank you. Fantastic.
She herself curtsied on TV before.
But somehow, when she married Prince Harry, she forgot what a curtsy was and had to make a huge, huge deal of it.
And Fergie ran out and she said, "Are you ready? Do you know how to curtsy?"
Sarah Fergie Ferguson debunks Meghan Markle's curtsy claim, saying, "I haven't really met her."
You know, unlike what you see in the movies, there's no class on how to be royal.
Ed Lane Fox, who was Harry's private secretary, made such an effort to prepare Meghan. He prepared apparently a 30-point dossier with all the various aspects that she should know about.
Meghan says her engagement interview was an orchestrated reality show, but the interviewer refutes Meghan's claim. The BBC star was reportedly handpicked by Harry and Meghan themselves to do the interview.
Fans baffled as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry appear to change their proposal story.
Just a standard, typical night for us.
Cozy night. What were we doing? Just roasting chicken and having
chicken. However, their Netflix documentary says otherwise.
3 days before our wedding, we got married. No one knows that, but we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us.
The two of us in our backyard with the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Archbishop of Canterbury says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry didn't marry in secret.
Meghan Markle branded a liar for claim that her niece was barred from wedding.
We talked her through what guidance we were being given and why this assessment was made.
A royal source, however, claimed that the press team was desperate for Meghan to have more family and friends at the wedding, branding her claims about her niece as a lie.
Harry and Meghan planned Megxit before lavish wedding and taxpayer-funded £2.4 million home makeover.
Meghan Markle clue proves she was never planning to move to the UK permanently. Duchess Meghan never moved her wardrobe to London.
After Megxit, Meghan did an explosive interview with Oprah where most of what she said was deemed to be untrue, exaggerated, or unprovable.
My passport, all that gets turned over.
Meghan Markle reportedly took 13 trips despite claims passport was taken away. She traveled to many places around the world as a working royal.
And then I was silent.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
The latter.
As a working royal, Meghan reportedly made 73 public appearances and even spoke on stage several times.
Meghan also did a candid interview with Tom Bradby. Meghan Markle says she was told she couldn't get help despite having idle thoughts, but royals have seen therapists before.
Duchess Sarah Ferguson says she's been in therapy for 24 years.
And the then Prince Charles spent 14 years in psychotherapy after seeking help for disturbed Diana book claims.
So, royal commentators have expressed doubt that Markle would have been refused help.
Especially considering the Heads Together mental health campaign, led by Prince William, Catherine, and Prince Harry, which included public discourse on the importance of mental health and well-being.
And now, we're going to keep working with you to help people have better conversations on mental health, wherever they are, and whenever they need them.
And happy World Mental Health Day.
Gareth Milner tweeted, Meghan Markle says she wasn't allowed a therapist, but Prince Harry had one on speed dial after his fight with his brother?
Prince Harry said he and Meghan left the UK because toxic press was destroying his mental health.
Harry and Meghan went off on the British media in their documentary, but they were called out for lies and misleading footage.
When Meghan complains about being hounded by paparazzi, this video is used to illustrate her point. But it turns out the footage is actually of photographers pursuing Donald Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen. Now, this photo claiming to show a threatening paparazzi. Turns out that photo is actually from the London premiere of Harry Potter in 2011.
What?
As in, that's not from...
No, hang on, that's in their doco.
Yeah, that's in their doco, as if they were all taking photos of them.
That's at the Harry Potter premiere that neither of them were at.
Oh my...
A Netflix thing. They were sitting in the front of a car and my sister was like looking around and said, "Do you have that pap on the scooter?" And Harry said, "Where is he?" And then there was a camera shot through the car and there was like one guy on a bike. He didn't have a camera. There was nobody else around. But they were supposed to be in a heightened state of paranoia as the paparazzi were following them. nobody was following them.
Harry and Meghan claim to be in another car chase in New York City.
Car chase and New York together. How is that even possible on the busy streets of New York City?
The New York mayor, too, doubted the series of events.
I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. I find it hard to believe.
I think people in New York know if it was possible to have car chases in New York, we'd all make it to the theater on time.
It seemed to remind me like this repeated invocation of the Diana tragedy. It seems like it's their golden ticket.
And by the way, the cab driver who took them on the last part of their high-speed chase said the following.
And what do you think about the description of this, the near catastrophic event?
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think that's all, exaggerated and stuff like that. So don't read too much into that.
Black Lives Matter organizer says Harry and Meghan have proven themselves to be liars.
Okay, so what I will say is I will happily and humbly accept the defeat when it comes to them being called liars. They have proven themselves to be liars.
Meghan Markle blasted over apparent unsubstantiated claim that British press called her children N-word. Louise Emma B. writes on Quora, if that word had been used, there would have been an uproar, complaints all over the world. But yet such a disgusting article has flown under the radar. I don't buy it at all.
Here again, that's also Meghan is here again, I think, playing some pity cards and playing the black card.
Royal expert says attention-seeking Prince Harry and Meghan Markle gaslit the public about racism. Meghan said racism drove her out of the UK.
Obviously now people are very aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK, but before that, most people didn't treat me like a black woman.
As a working royal, Meghan herself praised the multiculturalism of London City.
I feel so proud to live in a city that can have so much diversity. It's 12 countries represented in this one group of women is pretty outstanding.
Talked about you. She was very much welcomed into the family, not just by the family, but by the world.
American. Go mixed kids. Yeah, mixed kids in the royal family.
Meghan Markle says royal family didn't want son Archie to be a prince. Meghan implied that it was because of Archie's skin colour, which wasn't the case at all. At that time Archie was the great-grandson of the monarch. According to protocol, only grandchildren of the monarch get the option for the title.
The Duchess of Sussex was clearly aware of the protocol.
In the Oprah interview, you accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even...
The British press said that. Did Meghan ever mention that they were racist?
She said there were troubling comments about Archie's
there was
skin
concern
colour.
about his skin colour.
Right. Wouldn't you describe that as essentially racist?
I wouldn't, not having lived within that family. Did Meghan ever mention that they were racist?
Racist.
Did Meghan ever mention that they were racist?
Racist.
Harry and Meghan also initially denied being involved in the making of the book Finding Freedom.
On multiple occasions, Finding Freedom co-author Omid Scobie denied to us ever working with Harry and Meghan.
No cooperation from the couple whatsoever.
Did you worked with Harry and Meghan?
As I've said before, Harry and Meghan didn't take part in the process of this book.
Private text and emails were read in court, including one from Harry.
I totally agree that we have to be able to say we didn't have anything to do with it.
Meghan Markle then finally admitted she really did help with the book Finding Freedom. Duchess of Sussex admits she misled the court. Meghan has also previously denied engaging with social media.
Since you don't read things, let me just tell you.
Meghan Markle has over a dozen social media accounts, claims journalist.
That's right, not in her name though, and as ever, we have to say allegedly. Some staffers, some fake names, and what she does basically is either counteract those negative posts or presses with a possible positive comment, trying to get the narrative to change. So while Meghan and Harry basically claim they don't take notice of social media, they very much do take notice.
It's just that hypocrisy of saying, no, we can't deal with the media and the attention. First thing they do is go and garner as much attention as they can possibly get.
I see a camera every single time I hear a click, every single time I see a flash. It takes me straight back. In that respect, it's the worst reminder.
If you truly have that type of fear or a horrible memory, the last thing you would do would be constantly putting yourself around cameras.
Meghan also used to organise setups where she would ask an agency, hey, I'm going to be turning up to a restaurant or an event. Can you photograph me coming in?
That's what they said that your dad did, and as a result, they should cut all contact with him. So if they had done the same thing, that would be so hypocritical, Sam.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry labelled hypocrites over Archwell website privacy.
Privacy-loving Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's charity could profit from harvesting personal data on Archwell website. Harry and Meghan make Archwell Net Zero 2030 pledge.
Climate change wreaking havoc on our planet, with the most vulnerable suffering most of all.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle take private jet after climate change event.
A lot of people have labelled them hypocrites because they've taken 4 private jet flights in just 11 days, despite, this is, repeatedly airing their views about the environment and kind of issuing the rest of us with ways they think that we should be behaving.
Because Diana was 100 times more famous than Meghan Markle, and Diana flew commercial British Airways 99% of the time.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are eco-warrior hypocrites.
How cute is that?
She's always wanted chickens.
But you know, I just love rescuing.
Activist Meghan is also reinforcing classism by insisting on royal titles. Meghan Markle has been criticized on social media over her decision to continue using her royal title after insisting that all people should be linked, not ranked.
There's only one word that springs to my mind: hypocrites. Didn't want anything to do with the royal family, but now they're making sure their children have the royal name.
Her humanitarian hypocrisy is blatantly obvious, like when she was showing off her blood-soaked diamonds.
They've been given to her by a man accused of murdering a journalist and having his body chopped to pieces in a Saudi embassy.
I mean, that, again, very damaging and, frankly, shamefully hypocritical.
Prince Harry and Meghan hired a bodyguard with history of domestic abuse. He assaulted his ex-wife.
Meghan Markle was receiving this award from Gloria Steinem for being an inspiring example of equality and feminism. Do you see the Duchess in that way?
The Virtue Signaling Award?
There were women who worked for her who were absolutely broken by her. They felt humiliated, they felt bullied.
But Meghan has only talked about how she felt victimized at her workplace. She says she felt objectified as a briefcase girl on game show Deal or No Deal.
On that show, you basically had a suitcase and they wanted to know, is this the deal you want or this is not the deal you want?
Meghan's claim of never wearing colour in UK to avoid standing out, debunked in pics. Ironically, minimalism as championed by Meghan's royal wardrobe is actually bang on trend. Minimalism has always been trendy and always will be. And Meghan dressed monochromatically way before she even met Harry.
I try to dress monochromatically.
Yet Meghan made it seem like it was only because the senior royals wore a lot of colour.
She is very manipulative.
You, Meghan, are the one who manipulated, calculated, and are responsible for this Megxit.
What she really wanted was control. Because she is a manipulator, she wanted to be able to manipulate people. She couldn't manipulate the press in the UK. That's why she was angry.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have just been accused of running a masterclass in passive-aggressive media manipulation.
One of the world's most successful paparazzi says,
she herself had a relationship with the press before she got into a relationship with Harry. So I feel like she, knew how to manipulate and use the media in her favour previous to being in a relationship with Harry.
Meghan Markle sure knows how to make headlines.
And also the idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way that other grandchildren would be.
A role that racism played in here. Are you saying that?
That if that's the assumption you're making, I think that feels like a pretty safe one.
The Sussex's use of language is a manipulative disgrace.
Especially Meghan Markle, who is accused of cunningly manipulating Prince Harry. A Redditor says, also the title thing, while it may be genuine and I'd give her the benefit of the doubt on it, that is a common tactic used by abusive and narcissistic people themselves over their victims. The, if you leave me, I'll harm myself, trope.
I chose to hurt myself instead of hurting all of you.
Meghan seems to have Prince Harry convinced that she's Princess Diana reincarnate.
He feels scared. If he doesn't do what he tells him, he will lose her.
Lost my mother to this, and obviously I'm determined not to lose the mother to my children to the same thing.
Harry says he witnessed Diana crying many times.
The tears, and witnessing those tears.
He especially remembers his mother crying in the car.
I was woken up in the middle of the night to her crying in her pillow because she doesn't want to wake me up because I'm already carrying too much. That's heartbreaking.
He believes Meghan didn't want him to hear her crying, yet she was likely crying loud enough to have woken him up. Meghan clearly makes no attempts at hiding her tears from Harry and the entire world. Harry also somehow believes Meghan didn't know anything about him prior to meeting him.
This again shows how little you knew.
Twitter thinks Amber Heard and Meghan Markle have the same acting teacher.
Meghan Markle, the charlatan duchess, the common royal family. I was such a fraud.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry branded a couple of frauds. Meghan and Harry set up 11 companies in U.S. tax haven, The Times reports.
J.D. Eden tweeted, Meghan Markle have their charity Archwell registered in Delaware, which legally means they can funnel 95% of your donations into their pockets. It means if you donate to their charity, they will legally take most of your money to fund their lavish lifestyle.
It was Taft-Hartley, which is, I pretended that I was union. And I got there and they were like, so you're union? I'm like, of course I'm union. Yeah, absolutely I'm union. And then I wasn't. And casting, to this day, those casting directors will never hire me.
You're the Mike Ross of
I was such a fraud.
Meghan Markle is related to H.H. Holmes, America's first serial killer, according to new documentary.
Her flourishes remind me of Death's Scythe, comments a Redditor.
Meghan has had quite a few shady moments. A Redditor said there was video of Meghan rummaging through Harry's car boot at a polo match, but backed away when she got caught.
I am not the goody-goody you think I am.
Are there any favorite pieces that you've maybe snuck off the set without anyone noticing?
Meghan guilefully terms it borrowing.
I like to think of Rachel as a really good girlfriend whose closet you can borrow from sometimes. So, yes, there are a couple of really great pieces from Burberry that she has loaned me.
Meghan Markle has a Cheshire cat type of smile that H.G. Tudor calls the fixed rictus grin.
A smarmy smile, the smirk, and it often looks forced.
With so much jaw clenching.
No warmth exhibited.
Fake laughing comes with fake crying.
Meghan Markle's Rachel Zane character is known for always crying.
There are times that I don't love it because she cries more than anyone in the entire world.
Yeah.
And I'm not personally I'm not sensitive in that same way.
If Meghan is indeed not much of a crier, then has she been faking her tears since getting with Harry?
She cried, and she cried, and she cried.
How do you cry? I mean, do you have because you're an excellent crier.
Thank you very much.
Make yourself cry.
Oh, I can do that so well. Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. Meghan, one tear, left eye, go.
Meghan Markle is a sociopath who has probably never experienced a fully authentic human emotion in her life.
The narcissist is an empty shell of a person.
Her eyes are dead.
As Meghan Markle increasingly gets perceived as being fake and inauthentic, she rattles on about authenticity.
For both of us, it was just a really authentic and organic way to get to know each other. It's about being authentic. Just authentically be myself. I think just being able to live authentically.
Her voice drips with the same falsehood, and it just grates on me. It's this sanctimonious, faux compassionate, talking down to her audience and trying to be sure that we're all really on the same compassionate page here, and we're all being victimized by terrible forces that are arrayed against us, and none of that's really fair.
How lovely to see all your bright, happy faces smiling up at me. I'm sure we're all going to be very good friends.
That's likely.
Narcissists can't always keep up their facade. Sometimes the mask slips. What does it mean when a narcissist lets their mask slip? When a narcissist's mask slips, it refers to a situation where their carefully constructed facade of charm starts to crack, revealing their true nature and underlying traits associated with narcissism.
Did her mother dare to interrupt Her Royal Highness here? What could possibly be the reason for this loathsome expression on Meghan's face when looking at an innocent child? Does she not like kids? Is that why kids appear to not like her? Is that why so many people are convinced she faked her pregnancies?
Samantha Markle and pregnancy truthers are convinced that surrogacy was involved.
Where did her belly go when she's leaning over trying to pet that dog? The dog doesn't even trust her in that photo.
Look, I mean, the photo doesn't lie. There's definitely some odd motion. There's some odd discrepancies.
Meghan's pregnancy controversy is quite reminiscent of Beyoncé's. Imitation is indeed the sincerest form of flattery, but narcissistic imitation is not that sincere.
Meghan Markle accused of copying from Diana's playbook.
Oh my goodness, from the stories of wearing Diana's perfume on their first date to, being seen in photographs mimicking her every move to reportedly even in Spare channeling Diana and putting her hands on stones.
Meghan Markle's obsession with Prince Harry's mother is borderline creepy.
Be quiet. Very quiet. Very quiet.
Quiet on set.
Princess Diana and Meghan Markle both spent time at Northwestern University in Chicago.
About to go to Argentina, which I'm very happy with, and hope very much to continue the good relationship that's now been adapted between the two countries. I hope I can be of help there.
What did you study at college?
I double majored theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit.
Where?
In Argentina.
Princess Diana's bodyguard was fired for becoming too close to her. Ken Worth said, the bodyguard was a shoulder to cry on for Diana.
One of our security guards, I just collapsed in his arms crying.
Meghan Markle caused such a stir by shutting her own car door. But of course she wasn't the first royal woman to do it. Meghan Markle shut a black car door, wearing a black dress and holding a clutch exactly the way Princess Diana did it.
Prince Harry draws parallels between recent car chase and Mother Princess Diana's death.
Vogue notes the striking similarities between Princess Diana and Meghan Markle's tell-all interviews.
No one sat me down with a piece of paper and said, this is what's expected of you.
There's no class on how to be royal.
Just like Princess Diana, Meghan Markle says Australian trip changed everything.
Going around Australia.
After we had gotten back from our Australia tour, which was about when things really started to turn.
So are you saying that there were hints of jealousy?
With the media attention came a lot of jealousy. I felt compelled to perform. Well, when I say perform, I was compelled to go out and do my engagements.
We were doing our job. Our job was to be on and to smile.
Visits abroad being blocked.
My passport, all that gets turned over.
And then when we were married, they said it would go quietly, and it didn't. And I believed him stupidly.
I believed that, and I regret believing that.
Well, anything good I ever did, nobody ever said a thing. Never said, well done, or was it okay?
I guess I had felt that it had never occurred to anyone that I wasn't okay.
It was isolating.
Because right now, I could not feel lonelier.
And Diana's mentally imbalanced.
I am concerned for my mental welfare.
I was crying out for help.
I needed to go somewhere to get help.
I didn't like myself. I was ashamed.
I was really ashamed to say it at the time.
Meghan's emotional revelation that she struggles with idle thoughts mirrors what Di confessed to the world 25 years ago.
Were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having idle thoughts?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And just like Meghan, the princess said, the royal family did nothing to help her.
How did you cope with that?
Well, obviously there were lots of tears.
And every single day I was coming back from work from London, I was coming back to my wife crying.
Was this completely out of character for you?
Yes, very much so.
And this is not who I am.
Because I am a very strong person.
I'm supposed to be stronger than that.
Well, there were three of us.
Just the three of us.
I'm very protective about my friends.
One of the people that I reached out to, who's continued to be a friend and confidant, was one of my husband's mom's best friends, one of Diana's best friends.
I wait my husband's decision of which way we are all going to go.
And you made a decision that certainly saved my life.
And here was a fairy story that everybody wanted to work.
Yeah, greater than any fairy tale you've ever read.
Meghan's eye makeup for Oprah interview is so very Diana. Meghan also wore black for the interview like Princess Diana did.
Royal etiquette states black is reserved for periods of mourning. Otherwise, royals are barred from wearing all black ensembles, but the Duchess of Sussex has made it her go-to color, just like Princess Diana did.
Princess Diana used to wear a Cartier French tank watch. I've always coveted the Cartier French tank watch, Markle told Hello magazine in 2015, a whole year before she even met Prince Harry. Grazia has proof that Meghan's unofficial stylist is taking style advice from Princess Diana. Meghan Markle's wedding reception dress drew comparisons to a dress Princess Diana wore to a gala.
Meghan Markle's actual wedding dress copied a major element from the Queen's coronation dress. The Queen's dress was custom-made for her.
Her Majesty the Queen was very pleased with it, but she made one suggestion. The embroidered motifs should include not just those of the British Isles, but also of the realms and Commonwealth countries.
Meghan's wedding veil also had similar flower details on it.
Each flower represents one of the 53 nations of the Commonwealth.
And I'd originally said to Claire Waite Keller, the designer, how can we incorporate that? Would it be the state flower, country flower?
Meghan's entire wedding dress looked very similar to Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. According to Royal Central, in January 2000, Angela Gisela Brown became the first person of African heritage to marry into a ruling European family. Meghan Markle's dress at first wedding was remarkably similar to Kate's gown. Meghan's style gets compared to Kate's sometimes. As a couple as well, Harry and Meghan are compared to William and Kate quite a bit. However, the couple Harry and Meghan get compared to the most are King Edward and Wallis Simpson.
King Edward was Queen Elizabeth's uncle.
A common theme surrounding Wallis and Meghan is that both men chose their wives in love over duty. Notably, both royal couples used the media to air their grievances and partook in interviews that were detrimental to their situations. Just like with Meghan, it has been said that Simpson had always been accused of causing the downfall of her husband. Meghan's nod to Wallis Simpson on wedding day irked royal fans. Meghan's wedding day car happened to be the same vehicle used to transport Wallis Simpson to the funeral of her husband. Prince Philip himself once compared Meghan Markle to Wallis Simpson. The two women have a surprising amount in common. Both American women changed British royal history by marrying Prince Harry and King Edward VIII, causing rifts with William and King George. Both being American divorcees who met their British princes aged 34, and both becoming American duchesses on marrying into the royal family. Both published cookbooks for charity. And Meghan Markle wore nearly identical look to Wallis Simpson's 1951 outfit. Meghan also wore a nearly identical look to Michelle Obama's outfit. Meghan Markle accused of copying Obama's Again with 40 by 40 program after Obama's 60 for 60 donation push. Obama's reportedly irritated by Harry and Meghan copying what they do. They can see through her.
3 countries in the world report that they don't offer paid maternity leave, and the United States is one of them.
The U.S. is one of only 6 countries in the entire world that doesn't offer any form of national paid leave.
Don't have to choose between looking after their kids and doing what they need to do it.
Or that you have to choose between your family and putting food on the table.
And as the father of 2.
And now be a mother of 2.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just didn't make sense. My husband has always said, with great privilege comes great responsibility.
Meghan Markle sparks fury for stealing ex-FLOTUS Eleanor Roosevelt's speech. Meghan said, "It isn't enough to talk about equality.
One must believe in it, and it isn't enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it."
Meghan Markle has also been accused of copying ideas from Netflix's Social Dilemma during her latest virtual summit.
People who are addicted to drugs are called users, and people who are on social media are called users.
This quote appeared in the Social Dilemma.
There are only 2 industries that call their customers users: illegal drugs and software.
In 1995, a song was released which had the lyrics, "A girl without freckles is like a night without stars." Thomas Markle said to Meghan, "A face without freckles is a night without stars." And Meghan Markle copyrighted that quote her dad said about her freckles when she was 14. The copyright was registered by Meghan in 1996. A Quora user asks, did Meghan Markle commit plagiarism by using lyrics from a song in her earlier book, "A face without freckles is a night without stars"?
A face without freckles is a night without stars. That was my self-illustration. You do that? Yes!
The line supposedly comes from an Irish proverb.
The poem that Meghan claimed she wrote about having to live in 2 homes after her parents' divorce bears similarities to quite a few children's books.
Meghan published many quotes on her TIG blog without attributing them to anyone. According to Tina Brown in the Palace Papers, Meghan wanted her lifestyle blog TIG to become the next Goop.
Your own little mini Goop. Yeah, I get in many ways, yeah. I mean, it's similar.
Meghan Markle wanted to be the next Gwyneth Paltrow before meeting Prince Harry. Meghan appeared to be trying really hard to brand herself as Miss TIG.
The namesake for it was, after this glass of wine, it's a type of wine called Tignanello.
Lady Kessa asks on Reddit, "I've been wondering why is it the TIG? Is there an explanation for that?" Cybreeder says, "It's named after Harry's nanny. I am not playing either. This woman stalked him for a long time." Ready Engineering 104 also says, "I believe she named it after Harry's childhood nanny, Tiggy. It's a subliminal tug at his heartstrings. She probably spent more time researching a fancy excuse for the name than she did creating the website." The wife had Harry in her crosshairs for a long time.
Harry's old nanny and Harry's new nanny.
As Harry's nanny, Tiggy may have read children's stories to Harry. When Meghan Markle did a reading of her children's book, she was dressed nearly identical to Harry's nanny.
As for Meghan Meghan's children's book. Some people tweeted that the book bore suspicious similarities to another book, The Boy on the Bench by Corinne Avaris, page 6 reported. Both books feature illustrations of a father and son dynamic.
Many of Meghan's stories seem to parallel other stories. There's a story of Boy Jones who stole Queen Victoria's underwear. But of course, Meghan had a similar outrageous encounter with a boy trying to steal her underwear. Many people have commented on Meghan's car crawling story being a ripoff of a Catherine Zeta-Jones's car advert.
And the thing about her car, none of that is true, says Thomas Markle.
Like you were thrown out to the wolves.
I wasn't just being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
Meghan Markle speaks of being fed to the wolves, but the reality is, she is the wolf, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Meghan Markle has been compared to Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
L. Julia writes on Quora, Ursula, is that you? I could have sworn that was Ursula behind that power-hungry, ambitious and manipulative facade. And Prince Harry has been compared to a male version of Ariel. Alice Gets writes on Quora, he's a redhead with royal blood, rebellious, naive about the real world, and really did lose his voice. However, Meghan Markle compares herself to Ariel in The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid came on, and I went, oh my god. She falls in love with the prince, and because of that, she has to lose her voice. But by the end, she gets her voice back.
Ariel didn't just get her voice back, she sang to seals. And Meghan sang to seals as well.
Look, seal. I ran to the water's edge, sang to them. Meg joined me and sang to them. And now, of course, they sang back. She really is magic, I thought.
Parallels have also been drawn with another Disney princess. Meghan Markle's royal wedding is exactly like Disney's Cinderella's, fans claim. Meghan's life doesn't just mirror other characters, it mirrors her own on-screen characters too.
She became Rachel Zane and Rachel Zane became her.
It doesn't matter what year you are. I'm head of the associates. If I give you an assignment, you do it.
Meghan Markle screamed at staff, left them broken and shaking with fear, book claims.
That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, Phil. Yeah, it is.
Got it.
Host offered me a job. It's my dream job.
What about us?
Still us.
How, though? I mean, you won't even live here.
How do you find time to be together?
Well, I mean, it's a constant juggling act.
It's long distance from the beginning.
Everything was just texts and FaceTimes.
Meghan's co-star wore a moon bump.
And she just fell to the ground, and
I was quite the daddy's girl. I was a daddy's girl my whole life.
The new opposing counsel is my dad.
Rachel Zane distances herself from her father, and Meghan Markle has also distanced herself from her father.
I don't normally bring my mom with me on my dates.
Well, you see, actually, this is Gloria's date. You are literally just along for the ride.
So I'm the third wheel.
It's good. It's funny. Yes.
Doria is like Gloria in that way.
What?
Let's go see if our bench is still there. Yep, there it is.
Oh.
Yep, there it is.
There are many ways to make a statement. I did a 4th of July wedding last year that was quite elegant. All of the bridesmaids wore simple black gowns.
Black? This is a wedding, not a funeral.
Meghan wore black to Misha Nunu's wedding.
Try the lemon cake. Very popular.
Refreshing.
Meghan Markle's lemon olive oil cake recipe will be featured in a new cookbook. Meghan's community cookbook is called Together. Together may not be the most original title for Meghan's charity project, especially considering Prince Harry and William's charity project called Heads Together. Apart from participating in cookbook projects, Meghan has cooked on TV, blogged about food on her TIG website and has branded herself as a foodie. Meghan's ex-boyfriend, Corey Vitiello, is a renowned chef.
Meghan has been associated with a particular pasta dish and Meghan Markle split from previous boyfriend over a pasta dish. She took credit for one of his recipes at a dinner party.
And Teresa Python commented, just Googled and it seems she started TIG in 2014. And Corey was mentioned in it from the beginning, which means she cosplayed being a foodie after she got with him only. She has zero originality. She has zero authentic interests. It's always something that she is pretending to be, in order to social climb. Pure con artist.
Meghan Markle's other ex is a Hollywood producer, so of course, Meghan Markle signed WME talent agency deal because she wants to be a Hollywood power player producer and run the show.
It appears that Meghan has not just taken inspiration from her ex, but Harry's ex, rumored ex, and perhaps Harry as well.
A couple of years before meeting Harry, Meghan began wearing a hat similar to what Harry was photographed wearing. Meghan sort of made it her signature hat. It was a Madewell brand hat apparently. Meghan is a big fan of Madewell, having a big range of clothing and accessories that Madewell provides. Madewell, like Archewell, Harry and Meghan's foundation. Meghan Markle, Prince Harry trolled for copying Archewell's logo design from Austrian firm. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry named their non-profit after Archie, their son. Archie shares his name with a famous comic book character.
Gosh, I read a lot of Archie comic books. Ironically,
Me too.
that is not, my
Yes.
son is not named after Archie comic books, but I loved them.
Archie had been Prince George's nickname, and Lilibet was Queen Elizabeth's private nickname. Meghan shares her first name with a famous character, Rachel Green.
And do you know that my first name is Rachel in real life?
Her Suits character is also called Rachel. The show has a Ross and Rachel pairing.
We can all have that love, Ross and Rachel.
Rachel Zane's style is also very Rachel Green. As for Meghan Markle's personal style inspiration, her style icon is revealed as Angelina Jolie. Also, Meghan copying Ivanka Trump like it was her job, Roxanne tweeted.
Meghan Markle wanted to be like Ivanka Trump.
Perhaps Meghan has no fashion sense of her own.
Meghan Markle's own fashion line is so generic. Meghan was a guest editor for fashion magazine Vogue. She was accused of ripping off the cover from books she helped produce. Meghan Markle's archetypes photos are reminiscent of fashion brand Calvin Klein's Kendall Jenner photoshoot.
Meghan's Wimbledon outfit was very similar to an outfit Kendall Jenner wore to Cannes. Meghan Markle is keeping up with Kim Kardashian as she twinned her pregnancy style.
Looks like Meghan's mother is also keeping up with the attention-seeking Kardashians.
Attention is fuel for narcissists. They live for it.
Meghan's reaction when she doesn't get enough attention fuel is rather concerning.
Huh? Huh?
Initially, Harry wanted to keep his relationship with Meghan a secret, but Meghan Markle told Prince Harry that she would end their relationship if he didn't publicly confirm they were a couple, and before that Meghan tried to get attention by dropping hints that she was Harry's rumored girlfriend. She posted cryptic pictures on her Instagram, such as an elephant teapot, hashtagging London. She also began wearing Prince Harry's signature beaded bracelet. Meghan wore a H&M necklace that drew a lot of attention.
Yet Meghan said that she wore muted tones as a working royal in order to blend in. But there are instances like this where Meghan intentionally chose to stand out from the royals by not abiding by the dress code. The Sun has detailed all of the times Meghan and Harry tried to garner attention by stealing the royals' thunder.
Oh my gosh, it's Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle was also reportedly displaying diva qualities during a campaign shoot for a Canadian clothing company.
Bauer's book claims she bulldozed her way through the campaign.
Meghan wanted the focus to be on herself, according to film director John Grammatico.
Don't touch it, William, because it's all focused on me.
Meghan even made her podcast all about herself when it was supposed to be about various female archetypes. In her podcast, Meghan kept oscillating between championing women and whinging about being misunderstood.
Narcissists often oscillate from hero to victim mode. Hero mode.
Meghan was portrayed as a savior to the female victims from the Hub Community Kitchen just because she collaborated on a cookbook project with them.
Meghan always seems to find a way to make charity events about herself. One only needs to Google Kevin Costner's charity event to see that Meghan pops up everywhere. Prince Harry was supposed to present an award to Kevin Costner at the A-list stars charity event, but Meghan inserts herself in the middle of it. She hands the award over to Harry like he's a child, and she embarrassingly pushes him forward. Meghan suffers an awkward microphone blunder at the event. Meghan was not meant to give a speech, but she goes to grab the microphone from a woman's hand. That lady refuses to give Meghan the mic. And so does this man with the other mic. He offers the mic to Harry, but Harry hesitates and sort of indicates that he give the mic to Meghan instead. But the man just chuckles and clutches onto the mic for dear life.
At the Well Child Awards, Harry helps usher the children on stage while Meghan stays put, at her prime spot at the center of the group photo. Everyone scrambles to get off the stage after photographs are taken, but Meghan hesitates until she's the only one standing on the stage.
Meghan Markle is being accused of stealing attention at the Invictus Games, not just from her husband Prince Harry, but also from the veterans participating at his beloved event.
Meghan Markle leading a march dressed in a wrinkled, extremely short romper. Why is she marching ahead of British veterans and leading them like she is their leader?
The Royal Rogue commenter says it's disgusting behavior, but what she did was spot the young man in his wheelchair and immediately see the photo opportunity he presented. Without even acknowledging him, she squatted down behind his wheelchair and smiled manically for the press reporters following her around. The fact that she ignored the young man and his parents' carers is beyond rude and demonstrates her total ignorance of correct behavior.
Similarly, biography claims Meghan Markle's charity trip to Rwanda didn't have the best intentions. Meghan Markle used desolate Rwanda as backdrop for a fashion photo shoot.
I've seen in my lifetime a lot of situations wherein celebrities visit a place that is poverty-stricken and they're wearing impeccable clothing. They themselves are wealthy, and it really feels like just a photo opportunity.
Here was a photo opportunity for Meghan at a charity event, when she sees that someone has come in between her and the camera.
How dare you!
Meghan Markle and Harry were accused of publicity stunt over their obviously staged Remembrance Day pics, standing on the graves of veterans. Meghan tends to make quite a show of being philanthropic.
The Archewell website landing page has a huge photograph of Meghan and Harry.
At the Power of Women charity dinner, guests were handed framed pictures of Meghan.
As the keynote speaker, Meghan spoke more about herself than the Young One World cause.
I'm so grateful to be in your company today. I was first invited to be a counselor at One Young World. I was probably a lot like each of you. And there I was the girl from Suits. I was surrounded by world leaders. I think I even saved my little paper place card, proof that I was there. I belonged. I was so nervous. What I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw in Young World, saw in me, my life had changed rather significantly.
Anyway, 54 times she mentioned herself in a 7-minute speech. Even I haven't done that in a speech. That gives you some idea of the scale of the Netflix narcissist.
For years, Meghan has been tooting her own horn about how she supposedly changed a commercial as a feminist child.
When I was 11 years old, there was a commercial. I changed it from
women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans
to people all over America.
So I was the little activist.
I'm gagging on the narcissism. Yesterday she compared herself to Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela's granddaughter claims Harry and Meghan are using grandfather's legacy in new Netflix series. In an interview with The Cut, the Duchess of Sussex claimed a South African cast member from The Lion King said the nation celebrated her wedding just like they did Mandela's release.
He came and he knelt next to my seat and he took his hat off. And I just remember looking at him, he goes, "We appreciate everything you did for our country." And it was the first time that I felt like someone saw the sacrifice. I was like, "I tried so hard." He goes, "I know you did. I know you did, man. I know you did."
You've had control of the media. You pay for paparazzi. You pay for publications and for PR. Don't act like you are the victim here.
Victim mode.
I feel like Meghan's rebrand is just to say, I'm a victim. And she's about as far from a victim as you could possibly get.
And our culture of victimhood is really then a culture of narcissism. And Harry and Meghan are its perfect representatives because they are now king and queen victim.
Like the media is obsessed with victimhood and identity. And because Meghan Markle checks off all those boxes, it doesn't matter that she's annoying. It doesn't matter that she's a narcissist. It doesn't matter that she's not really talented aside from being good looking. They still worship the ground she walks on.
When confronted with facts, Meghan Markle doesn't tend to take accountability.
I went, oh my God.
Meghan takes no accountability for her appearance on a game show.
I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance.
Forced? I have a question. Force implies force. That's what that word means. Was somebody chaining her to the set and they're like, you need to be good looking and stand there for money. She's like, no, I will not do that. I'm much more than that. I am my brain.
Typical narcissistic response. It wasn't me, not my fault. It was them.
Mariah Carey called Meghan Markle out for being a diva and Meghan had a meltdown.
It's not something that I
connect to. But for you, it's been a huge part
give
of your
us diva moments sometimes, Megan.
What kind
Don't
of diva
even
moments
act
do
like,
I give you?
Don't act like you.
But it stopped me in my tracks when she called me a diva. You couldn't see me, obviously, but I started to sweat a little bit. I started squirming in my chair in this quiet revolt. Like, wait, what? No, what? Huh? But that, how could you? That's not true. But that, how could you? That's not true. That's not. Huh? But that, how could you? That's not true. That's not.
Yes. You know, it's a really fascinating window into that psyche where criticism of any kind, it just cannot be tolerated.
Meghan Markle makes herself a victim in each archetype's episode.
Well, this sounds like the worst podcast ever. Nobody wants to hear how oppressed you are as a princess.
As a working royal, when Meghan was doing charity work in Africa, she got sobby in an interview about how tough her life was.
It's really been a struggle.
Yes.
She used her 2019 trip to Africa to bemoan her VIP lot in life.
Brand crazy Meghan Markle was blasted for calling mansion a housing unit in South Africa.
Harry and Meghan joked about the small size of the royal cottage they lived in. The Queen gifted Frogmore Cottage to Harry and Meghan after their wedding, but the couple were not satisfied with it and renovated it, costing taxpayers over $3 million.
Meghan even requested to live in Windsor Castle, but the Queen deemed it inappropriate.
Didn't understand she couldn't be number one. There is only one number one in the monarchy, and she didn't understand hierarchy.
Meghan Markle drew attention by breaking royal protocol many times, like in this instance, where only the senior royals were meant to go in the room first. Charles even appears to indicate with his finger that Harry and Meghan were supposed to stay put. But Meghan disregards protocol to be in the spotlight, and Harry meekly tags along. Meghan and Harry get shooed to the side and are made to wait till the senior royals exit the room. And Meghan Markle couldn't handle being second best to future Queen Kate Middleton.
Meghan Markle's engagement dress was reportedly 513 times more expensive than Kate's engagement dress. Meghan's wedding veil was dramatically long, more than double the length of Kate's veil. Her father wanted to make a little speech at her wedding, but Meghan refused him. Instead, Meghan Markle reportedly broke royal tradition on her wedding day by giving a speech herself and made headlines, keeping the spotlight on her. She even had the then future king walk her down the aisle instead of her father. Meghan wore Queen Mary's tiara after allegedly causing a Tiaragate situation. Meghan Markle's wedding was one of the most extravagant of all time, more expensive than Middleton's by a long shot.
Anyone who's looked at Meghan Markle's history knows she's not the type to accept second best.
And she thought that the monarchy was like Hollywood. It's all about celebrity, and in fact it's about hard work with a little reward, and she didn't like that.
Many have raised the question, does Meghan Markle want the royal title but not the royal responsibilities?
With Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Duchess of Sussex is hard to say. Duchess of Sussex.
Say 5 times fast.
They want the royal titles, the Duke and Duchess, because they can monetize it, how they make their big money.
Meghan even got her camera out and filmed Harry while he was proposing to her. Who does that?
Before Harry, Meghan hustled to be in the limelight.
You know, her agents and her publicists used to meet with tabloid editors all the time before she married into the royal family to try and get her in the press.
The Sussexes are always eager to cast Meghan as a victim like Diana. However, Meghan Markle no comparison to Princess Diana, who had 1,000 times worse, claims expert.
Prince Harry has come under fire for suggesting Meghan Markle experienced the same level of paparazzi intrusion as Princess Diana. Princess Diana would try to hide her face from the paparazzi cameras, whereas Meghan Markle always seems to seek the cameras. Whether she's with friends, with fans, with her husband, with her child, in a crowd, by herself, at a walkabout, on a chariot, on a plane, at an event, on formal occasions, on happy occasions, on sad occasions, at a funeral, at her friend's wedding, at her own wedding. The royals also pose for photographs and set up photo shoots, but they don't typically look directly at cameras when going about their day. I find it scary and creepy how Meghan always manages to find the cameras wherever she is and looks directly at it, says a blogger. Amongst a sea of people, Meghan was the one to find the drone camera. Meghan Markle always appears to be courting the camera, even when she's heavily pregnant. Meghan Markle adores the paparazzi. Fans react to Meghan's telling moment with photographers.
They've been spectacularly thirsty for media attention.
Prince Harry and Meghan have been accused of exploiting Diana's death for pots of money.
Diana and her memory seems to be a cash cow for these two. I think they have to let her rest.
Meghan and Harry are also trashing their families for cash. The big unknown whether audiences will pay attention when the couple isn't spilling the tea on the royal family.
Their victimhood and attention-seeking behavior has been parodied by South Park.
Harry and Meghan were parodies of themselves long before South Park turned them into popular laughingstocks.
Do a squat if you can hear me. Okay. Okay, now drink it. Eat it like a little chipmunk.
Meghan doesn't know how to react when the spotlight is on someone else.
Her face literally drops when the attention shifts away from her.
She crowbars her way into the middle of a circle of people, ungraciously blocking Harry. It appears that Meghan is always trying to steal the spotlight from Harry.
Meghan Markle shamelessly took center stage when Harry won a polo match. She tried to snatch a box from his teammates' hands, but he was having none of it. Meghan didn't budge from the middle, causing the men to hold the cup awkwardly above her giant hat. She wasn't letting them have a winning moment without worming her way in front of the camera. It's always the Meghan show.
Meghan can't seem to let Harry have a final shining moment in his red uniform without trying to dominate the event.
Let her be a warning to men everywhere. All the red flags are there.
Which would just be it'd be just as good. I mean, I won't get any camera shots, but it'll still be fun. Oh, hey. Hi, guys. Hi. Twist me. Oh, twist me! Oh, here we go. We got some cool guys coming up here. Cool guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello.
The hunter versus the prey.
Meghan reportedly hunted Prince Harry since 2013.
She researched Harry very carefully and knew exactly what buttons to press. That he would like Africa, was interested in animals, was interested in philanthropy. She's very tactile, she's very seductive, and she landed him on the first night.
Called him that evening and I was like, look, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow. Do you want to grab dinner tomorrow night? I'm sure he told me. It was so forward.
What is the negative thought you have about yourself?
It's being the hunted and being helpless and not knowing that you can't do anything about it.
Meghan may have gotten to Harry by being the aggressor, but the one rule Meghan Markle followed to secure the crown and her Prince Charming was femininity. It's all about how she has harnessed the power and magic of feminine energy. She was all smiling eyes, soft giggles, affectionate hand-holding, bashfulness mixed with a healthy dose of confidence and warm adoration for her man. Harry says Meghan became his soulmate in Africa. Meghan let Harry be in charge of that trip.
It's all foreign to me, but I trust that you'll keep me safe.
Meghan gave Prince Harry the space to be her protector.
It just felt so right.
But love bombing feels good until it doesn't.
Because Meghan's soft femininity was a facade.
Narcissists tend to put on a facade during the love bombing phase.
Meghan's attempts at appearing more feminine than she actually is rather cringy.
I got all dolled up for it.
Well, it's really working. You really look well.
I think that's a strong choice.
Thanks.
Yeah, Hive, you can pinch me. I'm real. See that? Oh, yes.
It's a joke.
Oh, no. It's not easy being a lady.
It appears Amber and Meghan use the same methods to attract and then trap and control their spouses.
Just like Meghan, domineering Amber also put on a feminine facade in the early stages of her relationship. Harry seemed to have caught on to the real Meghan soon enough because he looked so done with it.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry allegedly almost broke up before their relationship was announced.
You start to slowly realize that you are in a relationship with your mother, in a sense.
She is an emotionally abusive person that she is embarking on Freudian transfer.
Not knowing about it I reverted back to 12-year-old Harry.
She is using a real childhood trauma that Prince Harry suffered from, losing his mother.
After everything that had happened to my mum, and to now be put in a position of losing another woman in my life.
And she has used it to further harness him to her and their relationship. She has convinced him, he actually believes that Meghan Markle is Princess Diana.
So much of what Meghan is and how she is so similar to my mum.
And so if you were lucky enough to find someone who loved you, then one was protected.
One of the feelings that comes up with me always is the helplessness. Being too young, being a guy, but too young to be able to help a woman, in this case your mother.
Harry feels he couldn't protect his mother, so he's going all out to protect his wife. This is his way of atoning.
It's also Will Smith's way of atoning.
I should have been able to protect my mother.
And that's why he's gone on the warpath for Jada. After confirming his romance with Meghan, Harry went on the warpath for her against the media. And like Will Smith, Harry has lost so much in the process. Oddly though, he still believes he's hit the jackpot with Meghan because she continues to evoke the memories of his dead mother.
Princess Diana used to hold Harry's hand often as a child, and Meghan holds Harry's hand like he's still a child.
Sybil writes, "It's beginning to get annoying because it so represents her trying to hold on to the royal connection to her own advantage."
Unlike every other couple in the procession, left Westminster Hall holding hands. Again, as they did during the Queen's Jubilee, like they did early this week when they inspected flowers laid for the Queen outside Buckingham Palace. In fact, like they do at almost every public occasion, it's the hand-holding. It's like a trademark.
Meghan wasn't allowed to walk the red carpet with Harry at a formal event in Morocco. Yet she still didn't get the point about how culturally inappropriate publicly holding Harry's hand might be in a setting like that.
This is Harry and Meghan at work, being rather silly and unprofessional. Meghan doesn't let go of Harry's hand even when he's shaking someone else's hand.
According to Beth Kelly, it is annoyingly juvenile. It smacks of a desperate, sophomoric need to make a constant public show of affection that is just wholly unnecessary. Sure, an occasional handhold is normal, but the perpetual clutching is just way over the top. Bev Moody writes, "It gives me the creeps. It's like she's scared that if she lets go of his hand, he may do a runner."
Royal commentators have raised concerns about Meghan's smothering behavior towards Prince Harry.
In almost all situations, the person who touches has more power than the one who is touched. Dominant people are always finding an excuse to invade your personal space and touch you.
A hand on the back can be a directional tool, a dominant move. In politics, it is known as the pat of power, where the one doing the patting raises their status by lowering the other. Alternatively, this is a parental gesture that also implies a desire to control or steer, says body language expert Judy James. Princess Diana used to steer her young boys that way.
And now Meghan steers grown man Harry that way.
Princess Diana would guide her little boys through royal duties, and Meghan Markle guides Harry through royal duties like he's a newbie. Meghan appears to control Harry's every move, as if he has no experience with royal duties. She's the one who introduces him to people, as though she's the queen and he's a nobody.
IOB90 observes, Harry needs Mum Meg's permission to present medals at Invictus. She nods her head and only then Harry moves forward to present the medal. Meg tags along, pats Harry on the back as a signal and immediately Harry moves aside to let Meg congratulate and profound hug the winner. This is supposedly Harry's event, but he needs Meg's approval to go forward and present the winner with the medal every time. This video once again clearly shows the dynamics between these two.
As per royal protocol, Harry is supposed to do the handshaking first. Meghan shakes this man's hand and Harry waits for a sign from Meghan. When Meghan gives him a signal, only then Harry shakes hands. Harry sits when Meghan signals him to sit. Harry goes ahead when Meghan signals him to. Meghan walks into a room first, against royal protocol. She tells Harry what to do, as though he were a clueless child. The woman in red tells Harry to sign the book, but Harry looks at Meghan for approval.
I just think he's a follower. I think she mothered him, and that's what he needed. He wanted a mother. He got one.
There's no way a woman finds mothering a man-child attractive.
Meghan pushed away Harry's kiss at LA basketball game like he was a child.
Harry's expression is like a child's who knows he's in big trouble with his mother.
Watch here how she wipes lipstick from Harry's face, just like a mom would do with her child. It seems that Amber and Meghan are both so controlling that they'll even take on the mother role over their partners.
When you look at Meghan and you look at how she is the one that really is controlling Harry, there's absolutely no doubt.
Harry can't even eat in peace.
Yes, try it.
It's a big bite. Well, Meghan has to be in control.
And when Meghan is not in control, her reactions are really something else.
In the beginning, Prince Harry was not fully under Meghan's control yet. For instance, when he was at a royal event with the late Queen, he refused to hold Meghan's hand as she appeared to break royal etiquette. By the time Megxit came around, Meghan was clawing for full control, with Harry feebly attempting to fight for dominance. Even holding hands turned into a thumb war.
And her thumb is across Harry, so that's the dominance. Okay, I've got you.
Many people started noticing the red flags once Meghan got the ring.
Meghan went from looking silently displeased at Harry going off script in the engagement interview to openly controlling the narrative in the Oprah interview.
As another team player as part of the bigger team, and for all of us, all we want to do is be able to.
No.
Nobody prepares you.
No, I mean, no, but even down, sorry, but even down to like the national anthem.
Meghan Markle's dominance over Prince Harry seen in handholding.
Meghan dominated Harry with double claw gesture at UN event, expert claims, fans feel sorry for him. At the UN General Assembly, Meghan clasps Harry's hand. His smile quickly disappears, he looks away and removes his hand from her clasp. But disrespecting his boundaries, Meghan clasps Harry's arm with both her hands and smiles coldly, ignoring his obvious signs of discomfort.
Meghan has to constantly assert her control over Harry, even in the middle of conversations with other people.
The manipulative technique Meghan Markle is using on Harry is coercive control and intimidation. Meghan has Harry well trained. Actually, it's worse than that.
Meghan is downright abusive and Harry does nothing about it. She drags him around like she has him on a lead.
Harry's a puppy. He'll go anywhere he's told to go. I just think he's a follower.
So it's ironic that Harry preaches about leadership.
To live, to lead.
Harry is used to being led by women.
All the men in Harry's family have deferred to a woman. Harry is a product of his matriarchal upbringing, and so is William. He also chose a woman who exudes a lot of masculine energy. Kate Middleton has stronger personality than William, says expert.
Similarly, Meghan has a stronger personality than Harry. After getting married, Harry switched his allegiance completely from the Queen to his wife. And ever since, Harry has been led by Meghan, the new matriarchy in his life.
The traditional view is that the husband has some kind of a leadership role in the household. Obviously, that has been inverted here. And it's been inverted just like all of the standards of our civilization have been inverted in the middle and later part of the 20th century, largely by feminists.
In her feminist podcast, Meghan Markle and guest Trevor Noah sort of discourage men from leading.
Wouldn't it be nice to be led?
Wouldn't it be nice to be led? As men, I say, we lead. We were born to lead. Men were born to lead.
Harry looks rather miserable being led by his wife, both in his personal and professional life.
Innovation, infrastructure.
Senator, do you mind if we just say a couple words before? Oh, is that all right?
Meghan interrupts a woman's speech at an event and redirects the spotlight to herself. She even speaks on behalf of Harry, the president of the trust, who is mute throughout her monologue.
With Meghan, she likes to always have the last word. It's got to be about her. She has to finish his sentences.
He is very reticent. She runs the whole show.
We've never seen Meghan behaving with Harry the way she did with Craig Ferguson.
I got all dolled up for you.
Well,
Meghan is not dolling up for Harry. She's manning up.
When we talk about gender stereotypes shifting, what it means to be masculine, what it means to be feminine, you can be feminine and a feminist.
Absolutely, but Meghan's behavior is more toxic masculine than feminine.
Like many New Age, third-wave feminists who want to masculinize women in the pretext of equality.
You know, I think my biggest focus has been gender equality and women's rights.
Gender roles triggered Meghan a lot even as a child.
This commercial came on with the tagline for this dishwashing liquid, and the tagline said, "Women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans."
I remember feeling shocked and angry and also just feeling so hurt.
Is Meghan equally triggered about lawnmower ads being targeted at men? Harry and Meghan's Archwell charity claims to be investing in gender equity by partnering with the likes of Boyhood Initiative, which believes that boyhood should be fluid.
So basically, they want boys to be feminine.
And I think in terms of masculinity, you understand that your strength includes knowing your vulnerabilities.
The strong and independent feminist wants men to be vulnerable and soft.
I wrote a children's book about this softer side of masculinity.
Meghan's children's book has an illustration of a father and son doing ballet in pink tutus.
As for this illustration, Harry has called it misogynistic.
But it's misogyny at its best.
Brainwashed Harry fails to realize that it actually represents misandry and not misogyny. This image is also rather misandrous.
Men, do not let this become you. This is a cautionary tale. And it's the saddest cover I have ever seen on a magazine.
The way shrunken Harry is hiding behind his wife is neither protective nor affectionate.
I see a woman who is in front, leading the show, paying absolutely no attention to her husband whatsoever, and then a man who is kind of clinging on to her like a little pet.
And that kind of tropes and symbols are only used by feminists of the frustrated and toxic kind.
For them, it seems that women can only rise if they emasculate us.
Amber and Meghan showed early signs of energy clash.
The green line test supposedly determines the dynamic of a couple.
The green line test confirms Meghan is dominant over Harry.
Harry's body language has changed since Meghan.
And he's got no frame. Men need to keep their frame at all times. Meghan's feet are separated almost at shoulder width, which is a power stance. And at the same time, Harry has his ankles together, which is an insecure posture on a man.
Now, Samantha, I believe that you say that she has emasculated Prince Harry in some way.
But Harry has always been sort of
flamboyant, not very manly. I don't agree, maybe with a man playing to be flamboyant. It never looks good.
Oh no! Harry's disturbing body language has raised alarm bells.
Because it's way too childish. He really looks like a man-child.
YouTube commenters say,
there is so much wrong with the body language Harry is displaying. Disturbing doesn't begin to describe it. This guy has very deep-seated issues, and I don't think a couple of years of therapy can begin to address it.
If my husband, brother-in-law, work colleague, or any adult man I know did that toddler-type body move, I'd be concerned, alarmed, shocked, and not happy.
What Harry currently is, which is essentially the living embodiment of Worm Jerry, if you're familiar with Rick and Morty. Basically a spineless, sniveling beta male who is bossed around by his domineering and just as insufferable wife.
But it's also very strange that he was, essentially infiltrated by a very ambitious actress.
Meghan keeps on touching other men in front of Harry.
That doesn't give you the right to call me a cuck.
This time you're getting that. There are now 3 people under your bed. Do you have enough light?
And if it means I have to sleep on the sofa a few days a week, then, so be it.
You're not a man. He's a weak man.
And she makes a mockery of his culture.
But he's just sitting there like a little tame puppy dog.
Harry has fought in the military, yet he's terrified of his brother yelling at him. And he's clearly terrified of his wife.
What kind of wuss is this man?
Meghan sure likes a wuss who doesn't stand up for himself.
What I'm able to bring to the role, I try to, is that amidst all of her human things that can perhaps... Who are you looking for?
Yeah, I can't remember what else I was going to ask you.
I'm not even... You don't even have a card for me.
I have a card for you. It's probably the blank one.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. There it is.
Oh, there
it is.
Who did it?
Okay, so
I find her so... Look, there are times when I don't love it because...
My card's back.
No. We're going to get to that in a second. There are
Meghan's words and actions can be quite domineering, invasive, and aggressive.
She invades people's personal space even if it makes them visibly uncomfortable.
Doesn't even knock. She just walks right in. So you see a stronger Rachel that I love.
Meghan can neutralize the protective instincts of a man.
The umbrella is nowhere over her. Are you covering yourself and not Meghan? What is that? What kind of gentleman is that?
My dad doesn't approve of him. My father says that, he can even protect those chickens in their backyard if he needed to. Ooh.
It might be challenging for Harry to feel protective over Meghan when she's always trying to out-alpha him.
It's always such a power struggle with Meghan.
You're not the only powerful woman, even in this community.
She sure likes to feel powerful. Often at pitiful Harry's expense. Meghan Markle doesn't seem to respect Harry at all.
The worst thing a man can lose is respect. And Harry has become a man who is no longer respectable, in large part because he married a woman who does not respect him. This is the influence that a woman can have over a man. Her feelings about him often become a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy.
Meghan's disrespectfulness and dominance is destroying Harry.
Meghan gets blamed for destroying Prince Harry, but Harry was already on a self-destructive journey before Meghan came along.
He's taking drugs, he's drinking, he's out late, he's nightclubbing, he's got a girlfriend here, he's got a girlfriend there. What's going on?
Princess Diana described young Prince Harry as being constantly in trouble.
But Diana spoiled Harry and made him rebellious, says Princess's old friend.
She'll teach them how to stamp their tiny feet, she'll teach them to lie, she'll teach them to manipulate their friends so that the world gets their side of the story.
Prince Harry was the scapegoat in a classic narcissistic paradigm, says blogger.
To an extent, both Charles and Diana used the boys to score points off each other during their divorce.
Lucy traumatized me.
Prince Harry reveals that he was traumatized by lack of hugs from King Charles, even when he learned of Diana's death.
He's a heartbroken man, affected dramatically by his mother's death.
And suffers from an Oedipus complex, I have to say. He's never let go and moved on beyond his mother. He is seemingly arrested in his state of development.
And of course, he has taken them constantly over the decade.
Harry has been called out for being an addict, a racist, and a misogynist.
Experts warn Prince Harry is no good person, for he forced a disabled woman to endure the accounts of serial humiliation she was made to endure during his school days.
I think he is lacking in empathy, remorse, and shame.
Harry revealed that he killed 25 members of the Taliban while serving in Afghanistan, and that he viewed them like pieces on a chessboard.
We've got someone who now is a loose cannon on the world stage, in my opinion.
Prince Harry has also been accused of animal cruelty. The death of Prince Harry's polo pony is not an isolated incident. According to media reports, Prince Harry was taking part in the second half of a charity match when he realized that Drizzle was struggling. Within minutes of being retired from the match, Drizzle suffered a heart attack and died.
National Historian 19 says, he is a vicious and disgusting bully of both people and animals. He is an inadequate who is desperate to win no matter the costs.
Earlier, the palace PR is said to have managed to hide Prince Harry's true personality from the public eye quite a bit. But ever since Megxit, and especially after Spare, Harry's dysfunctionality has become more apparent than ever.
Prince Harry's jealousy of his brother William is made apparent in his new book Spare. Prince Harry's jealousy of Prince William goes back to when he was a child.
Harry is not a child.
I feel sorry for Harry, actually. I think he's a deeply disturbed young man.
I've been trying some home remedies, including one recommended by a friend. She'd urged me to apply Elizabeth Arden cream. My mum used that on her lips. You want me to put that on my todger? I found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. Applied it down there.
Prince Harry kept a box of Diana's hair in his nightstand and says it helped Meghan get pregnant.
It doesn't seem like he got adequate counseling, enough to deal with the loss of his mother. And
well, no, indeed.
Yes.
But your sister seems to almost be encouraging him to build that obsession.
Meghan keeps his mother wound fresh.
A Quora user asks, is Harry trauma bonded with Meghan?
Trauma bonding is the attachment an abused person feels for their abuser. There are a few trauma bonding signs: feeling obliged or indebted.
Meghan has Harry convinced that his life has gotten better because of her.
I was trapped, but I didn't know I was trapped.
But that her life has gotten worse because of him.
I nearly lost my name. I mean, there's the loss of identity.
What name? Her surname Markle? From the father she has ostracized? And what identity? Being the Duchess of Sussex, the title she has gotten thanks to her husband?
I left my career, my life. I left everything because I love him, right?
Harry is the one who really left everything for Meghan.
Harry has made Meghan's fairy tale come true, yet she makes him feel like he isn't good enough for her.
What she needed from me was so much more than I was able to give.
Protecting the narcissist.
When Meghan gets called out for her narcissism, Harry is there to protect her image, even if it ruins his own image. Meghan tends to make Harry take the blame for her faults.
I shouldered that.
From her rift with her father, to even the tag that she forgot to remove from her dress. She mentions that Harry was the one holding the scissors, slyly implicating him for her fashion slip.
Isolating yourself from friends and family.
There's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
Meghan's already isolated Harry. She's got him away from his friends, and most importantly, his family. He's living in another country, he's resigned from his royal duties, and he's been sacked from his military posts. Along with several charities have now dropped him, so yes, she's done a good job of isolating him. He's basically not got anywhere to go when he wants to escape from her.
Unwilling to leave the narcissist.
Prince Harry will never divorce Meghan Markle, but she may have already gotten what she wanted from him, royal biographers claim. Harry already seems to be in the devaluation phase.
The main stone itself, a source from Botswana, and the little diamonds either side are from my mother's jewelry collection.
Meghan had it changed.
A source from someone as close as you can get to Harry and Meghan
yes.
said that they're not living together. I don't think they're going to make it.
I never have. I've always thought.
I used to want to believe it. Now after I talked to my source.
Meghan Markle will destroy her marriage to Prince Harry, former Member of Parliament says.
How do you feel about being part of two royal families?
A Redditor says, the Markles, all of them, are a disaster. I just can't with them. Maggie is awful, therefore her father, sister, brother are wonderful.
My father, when I was growing up, was very distant. He wasn't around very much at all. It was mostly my mom raising us all the time.
The ex-wife of Meghan Markle's father has made a series of claims about his behavior during their marriage, including that he came home smelling of women.
I think the first time my dad went to Thailand, Meghan was a toddler. He says, you can get 2 women for the weekend for $50. It was disturbing and I didn't want to discuss it any further with him.
Meghan used to praise her father in public quite a bit before she met Harry, so it may appear that their father-daughter relationship soured only after Harry came into the picture.
Meghan Markle's childhood boyfriend says her relationship with her dad has always been complicated.
Where is Daddy? Well, I gotta zoom back on you.
And right now we're in Beverly Hills. We're about 4 minutes from my dad's house, but we aren't going to go there because my dad and I aren't on the best of terms.
Thomas Markle has never actually met Prince Harry in person.
Harry asked for her hand over the phone.
Meghan was preparing her father to attend her royal wedding when Meghan's dad's staged photos with the paparazzi made headlines.
Thomas Markle admits he still makes money from staged paparazzi photos.
Meghan Markle was supposed to be walked down the aisle by her father, and we found out from her father, not only will he not do that, he's not going to attend the wedding at all.
A source close to Meghan Markle says her dad Thomas faked his heart surgery to skip her wedding.
I was like, I don't know why, but I don't believe him.
Meghan says the unraveling happened the week her father wouldn't pick up her calls. When they did speak, Thomas Markle hung up on Harry.
Never spoke to him.
Meghan Markle vows never to speak to dad Thomas Markle again, according to report. The source explains that Thomas is speaking to the press more than he's reached out and spoken to his own daughter.
Kate's parents have never done an interview.
There comes a point where enough is enough. They've asked him repeatedly not to speak to the tabloids, and of course Thomas breaks that promise every time as soon as someone opens their checkbook.
Thomas Markle wants to take Meghan and Harry to court to see grandchildren.
I want to see my grandkids.
The not-so-grandfather of the year. Why is Thomas Markle so desperate to meet only his royal grandchildren, when he has 5 other grandchildren he barely knows?
Meghan Markle's dad Thomas was an awful father and must never be allowed into Archie's life, his ex-wife says. Nevertheless, Thomas Markle did financially support Meghan for many years.
What kind of person starts out by using her own father until he's bankrupt, then forgets about him in Mexico, leaving him broke over mostly all her debts?
Thomas Markle declared himself bankrupt in 2016.
Honestly, what she could spend in a weekend would greatly help Dad.
There's also the issue, Samantha, of the cost of medical treatment. We know she is a multi-millionaire now. She's got more money than she ever needs.
Samantha also accuses Meghan of trying to convince her father to disown Samantha and her brother Thomas Jr.
Meghan demanded that her father stop talking to his 2 other children and make them stop talking about Meghan.
She said, I'll never help her. I won't help you unless you make them stop.
To say I'm the culprit.
Now, Meghan's estranged half-sister tells Inside Edition she's to blame for the scandal.
It was my idea.
Samantha is a textbook Karen, and she wants the whole world to know it. Meghan Markle's sister Samantha was kicked out by palace security after arriving unannounced. Meghan Markle's biggest troll is her half-sister Samantha. Samantha Markle's Twitter was suspended following a report that her account had been harassing Meghan Markle for years. Samantha Markle wrote a tell-all memoir called The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister. Meghan Markle's niece jumps to Meghan's defense over her abusive mother's tell-all book.
She shouldn't be a mother, or should not have been a mother. She had a bit of abusive tendencies. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel loved. I would sum her up as a vicious person. She is a liar, and she's, in my opinion, just crazy.
Samantha Markle's other daughter, Ashley, is also estranged from Samantha. Ashley says she has not seen Samantha since she was 6 years old, but Meghan blames Samantha for Ashley not being invited to Meghan's royal wedding. Meghan Markle's estranged half-brother, Thomas Markle Jr., was also not invited even though he penned a letter begging for an invite to her and Prince Harry's wedding.
My brother has a long history of alcoholism and substance abuse. It started when he was younger, and he didn't get treatment for it. Now he's at a point where he'd been arrested.
Male suspect inside the house held a gun to female's head.
locked her in the bathroom.
Do you think Meghan may have distanced herself from him because of his history?
That's perhaps why Meghan didn't invite him to her first wedding as well.
Meghan didn't even invite anyone from her mother's side of the family.
The biggest problem here is she's pretty much ghosted all of her family, on her mother's side and my side.
Meghan Markle has been called out for ghosting a lot of people after getting with Prince Harry.
Isn't there a phrase for it? It's like you've been markled or something, when they have a pop at you and suddenly decide you're not friends anymore.
Yes.
There's something like that.
We got on well.
Oh, I'm not.
But I tried to help her, and then we got blank. Piers Morgan and myself. Ghosted is the word.
To me, it raised a few alarm bells that she was prepared to just cut people. You know, she did it to her ex-husband. She's done it to almost all her family. She's done it now to her hairdresser, to friends, to people she's worked with. And when people do that a lot, you've got to start thinking, that's a little bit weird.
Meghan Markle left a trail of butcheries on her way to Prince Harry. She uses men to get what she wants, then discards them. Nima Vand has revealed that Meghan Markle toyed with all the boys' hearts when they were in high school, including his own. Meghan Markle likes to move on, and anyone from past is a problem, X8 claims.
Meghan's estranged childhood friend Nanaki says, once she decides you're not part of her life, she can be very cold. It's this shutdown mechanism she has. There's nothing to negotiate. She's made her decision, and that's it.
Meghan Markle ghosted Millie when she met Prince Harry.
Meghan also ditched her best friend Jessica Mulroney.
They've fallen out with someone else. Oh. They have fallen out with David and Victoria Beckham.
Meghan has abandoned so many people, but the one person she always keeps close is the person who abandoned her, which is kind of sad. Even so, Doria might just be a prop to Meghan, because Doria fits Meghan's race narrative. Meghan seems to bristle when Doria goes off script. A Redditor comments on Doria being employed by an entity owned by Meghan. Meghan's mum is now CEO of a Los Angeles care home firm. Oddly, there's no physical address mentioned for this care home.
Jane Radar says, it's a shell company set up by Meghan's lawyer so Meghan can funnel large sums of money to her mother without tax issues or red flags. She pays off her mother to keep her quiet and keep her in line. Either way, Meghan has a close family member in her life, whereas Harry doesn't.
After marrying Meghan, Prince Harry also ghosted his family and friends. Harry and Meghan are seeking ultimate destruction of the royal family and not a reconciliation.
Harry says the royal family missed an enormous opportunity with Meghan, but she was never about British tradition and royal duties, only royal destruction.
Prince Harry and Meghan tell Britain to end structural racism.
In a shout out to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the entire royal family. That reparation time come now.
Meghan Markle is being criticised for doing the same things that Kate Middleton is praised for, and a royal expert says it wouldn't be happening if she were white.
Kate's morning sickness cure. Prince William gifted with an avocado for pregnant Duchess. Meghan Markle's beloved avocado linked to human rights abuse and drought. Millennial shame. Sarah Vine. How Kate went from drab to fab. From eyebrows and Pilates to a new style guru. Our experts reveal the Duchess of Cambridge secrets to looking sizzling. Sarah Vine. My memo to Meghan Markle following her Vogue editorial. We Brits prefer true royalty to fashion royalty. Kate and William's relationship foreshadowed in hidden wedding detail. Steady love. Royal wedding. How Meghan Markle's flowers may have put Princess Charlotte's life at risk. Prince Harry spoke of an invisible contract between the royal family and reporters. Prince Harry has blasted the palace's double standard in handling the press for Prince William. He says Meg became this scapegoat for the palace.
Meghan and Harry have also called the British tabloids racist for publishing articles such as this one, where Rachel Johnson said that if the couple had children, the Windsors will thicken their watery, thin blue blood and Spencer pale skin and ginger hair with some rich and exotic DNA.
According to The Atlantic, the reference to Meghan's exotic DNA was a ham-handed attempt to contrast her favorably with the pale and stale Windsors.
There are many instances of the UK media being good to Meghan, and even publishing pro-Meghan versus the royals news.
Like the one of Meghan being the most beautiful royal, even more than Kate, according to Science. And the one about Meghan Markle being officially the most intelligent member of the royal family.
And how are you enjoying London life? I mean, it must be mad because, you know,
It's very different here, and it's cold.
It is very cold, but the people are so warm. As cheesy as that sounds, I was joking today, I've never been called love or darling more in my life, so it makes me want to stick around for a while.
Ben Goldsmith tweeted, "We are far from perfect, but poll after poll shows British people to be among the most welcoming and the least racist anywhere. At the start Meghan was adored. Crowds thronged the streets at the wedding. Meghan is disliked because she is a manipulative bully who got found out.
Meghan is barely black. They are not suffering through anything because of racism.
And Meghan is no powerless victim of the media now, is she?
She is one of the most influential people in the world. Meghan Markle wins privacy case against Daily Mail publisher. Piers Morgan was fired after Meghan Markle sent an official complaint to his network. After Amazon cut Jeremy Clarkson for Meghan Markle rant, ITV could also fire him like they cancelled Piers Morgan.
Meghan has a lot of control over what information about her gets out. Media controlling acts by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been exposed. Harry and Meghan's aides tried to slam a gag order of silence on teachers and pupils as young as 5 at school where they filmed their £80 million Netflix show.
The Spectator asks, who's bullying who here? It strikes me that Harry and Meghan are doing a pretty good job of bullying the British media. Stop defaming the free press.
It is only through freedom of speech that Meghan and Harry were exposed as narcissists.
She lived up to her reputation for being utterly self-centered.
Harry claims William called Meghan difficult, rude, and abrasive.
The Duchess of Sussex's former staffers accuse her of being a bully.
The most dramatic thing that I heard, and I've got documentary evidence of this, is the effect of the bullying. One person described to me how a woman, a member of staff, was completely destroyed.
The whole story about her attitude to people she works with, especially in a photo shoot about Reitman's, the experience for all the 80 crew was just horrendous.
People I've spoken to, several of them have independently talked to me about how actually she wanted to be a victim from day one. It's as if, they argue, actually she was always planning to get out.
Meghan's intentions may have been obvious by her fashion disasters.
Genevieve tweeted, "Meghan has got to be the worst dressed celebrities I've ever seen. Sloppy, badly fitted, poor tailoring, wrong material color."
Proof Meghan Markle doesn't own an iron? Duchess' very rumpled up wardrobe revealed, and even her wedding dress needed a steam.
Her dress needed another fitting. Could have done one more fitting.
Of course. Let me tell you, that dress...
Kate won. I'm sorry. I'm never not going to tell the truth. One more fitting. If Meghan had wanted any alterations, they could have been done as late as the morning of the ceremony.
If Meghan wanted another hairstyle, it could have also been done. Why does Meghan keep unkempt hair during professional engagements? Apparently, it was intentional.
Because Meghan knew how to serve some great looks when she wanted to.
Meghan had a team to help her get dressed for royal engagements. Even after her royal exit, Meghan has helped getting prepped for events. Meghan has fashion designer friends, and has even created a fashion capsule collection of her own. Meghan clearly understood the importance of looking perfectly polished and put together.
Perfectly polished and put together? God, well, I think the most important thing you can do is tailoring. You think that it's not going to make a big impact, but if it fits you to a T, you look a million times better. And I learned that working on suits.
So there's speculation that Meghan's fashion faux pas are intentional.
I've never seen a brand collapse this hard, this quickly.
Many fans are echoing the sentiments of this EV blogger who writes, "I used to be Meghan Markle's biggest fan, but now I'm convinced she's a narcissist."
Her popularity has slumped on both sides of the Atlantic because people have found her out.
And Meghan, in this very dangerous state of her popularity being diminished.
We've yet to see what she does with those kids and animals.
I would suggest that she be assessed by a mental health expert because, Harry seems to be mirroring a lot of that. There are clear substance abuse issues in the relationship, and they have 2 small children who cannot communicate for themselves and navigate and defend themselves.
A Redditor says, "I don't know whether this is true or not, but narcs should not have children." End of story. I actually genuinely feel for Archie and Lilibet. They're going to grow up with a lot of issues. People have raised concerns over the way Meghan was carrying her baby, and that she was more focused on cameras than supporting her infant.
Meghan read from Duck Rabbit to celebrate son Archie's first birthday. More like she was forcing him to listen to her reading more to the camera than to her baby. Her impatience and mask slips were quite apparent. Prince Harry was filming the video and Archie looks to his father a few times.
Yay! Duck Rabbit.
And Meghan was not as cool.
Oh, really?
It wasn't as naturally warm.
But maybe, I don't know, and then my mum being Australian just asked her all these, like, slightly rude questions.
Oh,
and I was like,
like
Mum,
what? What was she asking?
Where are your kids?
Harry and Meghan never seem to include the children in their travel plans.
And I've seen many jet setters who take their children with them. So I wasn't really sure what all of that we had to leave, the kids behind was all about.
You want to go outside? Why, Rapunzel?
Meghan and Harry's US fans perplexed as to why they hide children.
If it was about protecting the privacy of their children, then that's good. But Harry and Meghan breach their children's privacy when they are able to make money from it, like with their Netflix show.
Any opportunity they've got to monetize their children, of course that they will.
We've yet to see what she does with those kids and animals.
My dog, Bogart, best life ever.
Does Meghan's idea of the best life ever include being abandoned? Meghan left one of her dogs behind when she moved to UK to marry Prince Harry. The reason given was that Bogart was too old to make the journey to London. But Meghan's Instagram featured Bogart as a puppy in 2013. Which means by 2017, Bogart was only around 4, which is not old for a dog at all. So despite having access to private jets, Meghan ditched her young dog, separated her 2 bonded dogs, and showed up in England with her mysteriously injured other dog.
One of her animals ended up with a double cast. How does that happen?
Exactly.
Even when Meghan returned to the US, she did not reunite with Bogart. And when people caught on to this, the blame was shifted to Harry as per usual.
And I sorted that.
The latest reason given for dumping Bogart was that he never took to Harry.
A Redditor comments, so, one of the first things I heard from my sources is that the real reason Bogart stayed stateside is because he actually preferred Harry to Meghan and therefore he had to go. Watch the engagement interview and see what you think.
Well, this is a more believable reason, that the dog preferred Harry over Meghan.
There's definitive proof that Prince Harry is good with dogs and always has been. Harry also seems to have always been good with children.
Here's Harry and Meghan meeting a bunch of children at a charity event. One kid extends his arm out to greet Meghan, but she barely acknowledges him. Harry high-fives the boy instead. Again, another kid waves at Meghan, and yet again Meghan snubs a child, but Harry high-fives the girl and another child, while Meghan tries to claw at Harry.
Harry comes across as more human than Meghan, especially with his genuine passion for serving in Africa and the army.
The happiest times of my life was the 10 years in the army, without question. No special treatment because of who I was.
So despite Harry's toxic behavior, many people still hold out hope that he will someday redeem himself.
He's just caught up, and eventually, I hope that he will stand up for himself.
We can be the people we talked about being, with no more worries about how we look or the image we project to people. Yeah, come on, honey. We don't need this place. Honey?
South Park's portrayal of Meghan is actually quite tragic. The Spectator poses an important question. Are we meant to feel sorry for Meghan?
I feel sorry for you.
Do you feel sorry for Meghan?
So we're going to take a few questions from the audience. Who has a question? They have no question. I think you dropped all the knowledge. Anyone? I'm a chatty gal. One question. I know. Guys. Not even a question about Mike Ross. That surprises me. I gotta tell you.
You want me to put that on my todger?
I'm so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.